everybody, Stacy here with Pitch Deck Fire, and I'm so glad you guys have joined us for another Pitch Hack of the Week this week. If you haven't been with us before, we cover tips and tricks on pitching, pitch decks, sales decks, investor decks, and live presentations. So if you're a startup looking for funding, or an established company looking for new customers, or maybe you're in an accelerator or an incubator program, all of you guys can find value in our pitch hacks here. So let's hop right into it. What's this week's Pitch Hack of the Week? This week we have picking good pitch events to go to. Well, first, let's think about what are the different ways in which we would go to a pitch event. You might be pitching in the pitch event, and you might be attending the pitch event. And both are different reasons to go to an event and different things you get out of it, right? So let's definitely think about which one we're talking about when we're considering what kinds of pitch events to go to. If we're going to attend a pitch event, it might be very useful to go to a pitch event that we want to pitch in the future. It might be useful to go to a pitch event that's highly focused on giving feedback or being interactive in some way. If you're pitching in a pitch competition, maybe we would consider whether or not we want to get funding. So some pitch competitions have, a cash prize or some other types of prizes that are, very valuable for startups. So I want to pitch in those. We want to look at whether a pitch event is in our industry or not, right? So how much of a good fit we are for a particular pitch event. If we're in that industry, maybe applying and pitching in that event can be especially helpful because the audience will be interested in that particular space, and you're going to be a better fit for that particular pitch event, right? Don't be applying to a women-only business pitch event if you're not a women-owned business, right? So it kind of makes sense. Think about how many people are going to be attending, or whether it's a well-publicized event. Think about whether the types of people you want to get in front of are going to be there, whether that's people in your industry or potential investors or potential customers. Really think through these things when you're choosing a pitch event. I go into some more pitch events here at Pitch Hacks, and specifically what pitching at those pitch events is like. But some big ones that I really like are 1 Million Cups and House of Genius. They're very different from each other, and so you'll see in other videos what that means. But 1 Million Cups can be a very good one. It's a publicly available one, so anybody from the public can join and attend that pitch event and can apply to pitch at that pitch event. And it's very focused on giving feedback and getting feedback from the audience. So it can be a really good option for people to learn more about pitching and about companies and about running your company, and to sort of stretch out your own skill sets at giving feedback and asking questions of other companies. So it's a really interesting organization, and I would definitely check out 1 Million Cups. As with anything that you do or any event that you go to, really think about what you want to get out of an event, what will be an optimal outcome, and then sort of backtrack whether that event is likely to give you that outcome when you're deciding what pitch events to go to. It can be, rather time consuming to go to a lot of different events, and it can also be rather, draining emotionally and energetically when you're preparing to pitch, going up on stage and pitching at pitch events. So don't just do all the pitch events under the sun as much as you can, as fast as you can. Really be a little bit more selective about it. Do it over time and use your energy wisely. There's a lot of events out there depending on what city you're in and how much startup events are happening in general. But there's a lot of opportunities for you to get in front of the right people, to get feedback, get advice, and get practice. One of the best things I think about pitch events is it gives entrepreneurs an opportunity to get up on stage, get all the nerves, get in that position of having to pitch in front of a large audience and practice their way through it. And that practice is really just instrumental, because you're going to be in front of a potential investor if you're pitching for funding, and if you're pitching to a potential customer, you're going to be in front of a potential customer, both of which have checkbooks that you want them to open. And you want to make sure that, in that nervous energy that you're going to have in those moments, you've practiced enough to really feel confident and get your message out there and be effective and engaging in your presentation. So pitch events can be a really good opportunity to practice, in addition to the opportunities of having an audience and maybe winning the event and laurels along with that sort of thing. But the practice alone can be really helpful for your company. So hopefully that answers your question here today on how to pick a good pitch event. There's a lot of them out there, so choosing the right one for you, whether you're attending or whether you are pitching in it, can be hard to do, but I would highly recommend that you attend anyone that you want to pitch at before you pitch at it, just to make sure it's a good fit for your company. I'm a really big fan of pitch events. I go to a ton of them. I really like them. I'm glad we have them in our startup communities, because they give us an opportunity to meet people, connect, and to really practice pitching, which I think is super, super important. Thanks so much for joining us this week. If you have any thoughts on pitch events and how to choose a good pitch event, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. And if you have any new ideas for pitch hacks, we have a link down below as well. I'd love to see your thoughts on that and be able to answer one of your upcoming pitch hack questions in a future video. We put out a new pitch hack every single week, so give us a little thumbs up or subscribe to find out about our upcoming pitch hack videos. Again, I'm Stacy with Pitch Deck Fire. I hope to see you guys here again soon. Happy pitching!